tools that are useful for SMEs and easy to adopt that you can put to use quickly in the current situation. And in the next hour, we will get to hear about these solutions and the problems they can solve. Now, I'd like to introduce Ms. Sharon Teo to kickstart this part of the webinar. Sharon is chairperson of SGTech's Singapore Enterprise Chapter. The chapter comprises Singapore companies, mostly SMEs like you, who are in the business of solving customers' issues with digital tools. All right, over to you, Sharon.
Thank you, Song Jie. Hi, everyone. I'm Sharon. Yeah, welcome to this webinar series that's organized by the Singapore Enterprise Chapter. Since SGTech started the Isolation Economy webinar series, talking about various government packages and impact of businesses, we noticed a lot of companies are struggling to find really good solutions to meet this change of working climate. So at SCC, we help companies to strategize and evolve their capabilities by connecting to ecosystem of like-minded entrepreneurs and resources for future success. So the chapter has also initiated this solution toolbox to feature many of the tech companies, like what Ivan said. These are our local SMEs out there who can really help to chip in to help our businesses solve the problems. We are happy to start off with 6 companies for today's series, and of course, we will have a few more series upcoming in the next week or so. So we will start off with some remote work management solutions, project management, document sharing, and even online training. So later on, I'll be doing a quick moderation of Q&A. Ideally, I will break it up into 2 sessions, 3 companies in 1 session, the first session, and then another 3 in the second session. While the speaker is talking, feel free, whichever of you have any questions, just drop in your questions over here in the Q&A, and during the Q&A session, I will take over and assist in the moderation. So now back to you, Song Jie, to introduce our companies.
All right, thank you, Sharon. Right now, it's time to check out the solutions that we have in the toolbox today. First up, we have Anthony from V3 Technologies. Their solution is called Workforce Assignment Mobility.
Thank you, Song Jie. Thank you for SGTech for organizing this. Let me share my screen. Okay, so before I start, let me start with some commercial before the main dish comes up. Okay, little introduction of V3 Smart Technology. We are a Singapore homegrown enterprise established in 2002. So to date is around 18 years already. So we have global presence in India, Malaysia, Vietnam, Philippines, Myanmar, Indonesia, and some other ASEAN countries. Okay, this is our solution. Basically, we have fleet management, workforce assignment mobility, and crowd robotics enabled. So our solution, we call it C4I, Command, Control, Communication, Computers, Intelligence. Okay, this is our technology platform. So we are crowd-based, so you can integrate ourselves with any other crowd-based provider or vendors that you have already engaged. These are some of our accolades. So I just want to highlight that we are Enterprise 50 for 5 years in a row. Last year was our 5th year. These are some of our clientele. You can see that it's a wide range of visibility. So from airports to logistic and Cisco, Singtel, so on and so on. Okay, so that's the commercial. So right now, let's go into the COVID-19 business challenges that we have for this session. So we understand that COVID-19 has caused business implementation to split teams, work from home arrangement, thus making it difficult to remotely checking attendance and remotely monitoring the task progress and ad hoc changes as we move on for this during this period. So what our WAM can do, Workforce Mobility Assignment Solution, is that this solution is able to verify attendance, tracking staff location. So Remotely, you can assign tasks to the staff, monitor the task progress, and also ensure the staff safety, regulation compliance, and oversee the productivity and performance of the customers. So basically what WAM works, how it works is that the administrator will plan or schedule work tasks in advance or ad hoc jobs. So it creates attendance for the staff remotely to log in. The assigned ID will be geofenced into their home or into any Wi-Fi network. So from the home, the staff will log in into the mobile app and verify their attendance. You can do by photo capturing or geo-tagging based on interval defined, and create digital form and task daily checklist. So under the real-time update report through web and mobile application, the staff attendance status, task status, new tasks, and dashboard will show up in our application via the map. Okay, so what this WAM can do, right, is actually a patented technology. We call it vertical tracking. So what we do is that we capture the AP address through the signal of the smartphone, and then we can capture that where their location are. For example, in the building, they are at level 21, they are of course at their unit, maybe 2101. So we are able to check that their exact location of the unit. So let's go into how WAM benefits the business. So eliminate time waste on the effective staff doing scheduling, and also it monitors all the staff work progress conveniently on the go. To save time on attendance verification, oversee tasks and the grants from the dashboard. So you can see from the top level performance through the smart telematics and system generated reports. So how it benefits the industries from logistic, law regulation, home care, facilities, corporation, transport, and waste management. These are some of our client base throughout these sectors. So V3 is here to support you during this period to tie through the current crisis. So we are actually giving you a special promotion during this period. We give up a free one-time 5,000 free waiver. Then we'll just charge the monthly subscription of $80 per employees. So why you choose V3? Because we are a proven technology, a proven network. We are a sustainability company. We have been in Singapore for 18 years. We have a comprehensive workforce solutions, and we are flexible to our customers' needs. We customize every form to the customers, all the work orders and digital work form. So we customize to their current format so that they don't need to relearn our format. So that's all for my presentation. Back to Song Jie.
All right, thank you, Anthony. Okay, next up, we have John from IGNO to share his solution, ClassPoint. John?
Thank you, Song Jie. Can you hear me? Good. Let me share my screen. And good afternoon, everybody. My name is John, and I'm from IGNO. So today, I'd like to share with you our solution, which is called ClassPoint. So I am using PowerPoint to present, but I've installed ClassPoint. You can see it's a tab inside PowerPoint, and it will make my presentation interactive. So let me go to slideshow. So what it does is provide a way for me to engage with all my audience. So basically, it's an interactive presentation software. Initially, it was designed for schools, and of course, schools and tertiary. They're still the main audience, but I think during this COVID-19 period, it can also be used by a lot of companies for their trainings and even just for internal communication, because there's a two-way communication with your audience. So I will do intro, and along with the intro, there will be a small demo, right? So it is designed for any presenter who wants to engage the audience, right? So these are the group of users. I think for most SMEs, you can even use this in meetings. If you're a training company, if you're a tuition school, you have a private school, this will be more benefit for you because you can easily do a lot of interactive teaching and training. right? So it allows you first to draw on slides, just now already demonstrated, and you can take notes and all the annotation. So this is different from Zoom annotation tool. So on Zoom, it basically does on-screen annotation, and whatever you draw is on the screen. When you go to the next slide, the annotation doesn't go with the slide. But in ClassPoint's case, the annotation actually goes with slide. So it stays on the slide. Even if I quit slide, these annotation will be saved. So first you make notes, and then also it allows you to insert whiteboard slide during slideshow. So for example, I can come here and click a whiteboard. If let's say I want to explain some ideas, now I can draw a table. 1, 2, 3. Just use any touch screen to draw. If I want a blackboard, I can use blackboard as well. So I can go and add pages. And when I exit slideshow, I can show you. So these annotations and blackboards and whiteboard all will be saved. So you can use this as meeting minutes as well, because everything is natively saved inside PowerPoint. If I want to delete, I can delete, doesn't matter. Of course, if I want to delete the slide, I can also delete the slide. All right, so next up. So I can also let all of my audience join my presentation. So drawing my presentation, so they can interact with me. So you can see here, it's called class code. I've already got my colleague, because this is a short 5 minutes demo. So I've some of my colleagues already joined. To join, very simple. If you'd like to join, you can also join. Just go to classpoint.app and then key in the code, right? This classpoint.app, just remember, it always will not change, always the URL. And the class code is automatically generated and displayed in here. So if I ask a question, let's say I have a multiple choice, we allow you to do A, B, C, D, E. So what would you like to have, right? This is, you can select multiple. So you can select, yeah, so I already see answers kick in. And as answers kick in, the chart will update itself. So it's a good way during your meeting to collect feedback as well. If I want to go back to the slide, I just minimize to look at the slides. I can do annotations, A, B, C, D, E, okay. And then when I go back to the button, I just click and then I can see all the chat. If I want, I can just click a bar to, so it will basically reveal names for me. So I can ask, hey Jack, can you explain why do you choose C? Right, if I want to save, I can stop, and stop means stop submission, and save chart. So when I save chart, the chart will be saved, the name will be saved, and I can process the data afterwards. So this is also a slide, right? If I go to next slide, I mean, due to time limit, I'll just take one more example. Not just for polling, you can do open-ended question as well. So if you want people to send you opinions and you want to save them, this is a good way as well. No, so these are the answers. And this question basically asks, what can you do to help protect the environment? Yeah, you can have some plans, you know, what should we do this week, weekly planning. And you can see the submission is basically sticky notes. And then when I receive a lot of submissions, if I want to save, you know, I can check and save these. But if I don't check, I will just save all. These will all be saved. So when I quit my slideshow, you can see this is my participants' submissions, and these are saved as a slide, as a table in a slide, and I can edit, so I can post-process it. So also some other tools, we also have the quick poll. We can also pick name. So let's say we can do, okay, these 2 persons go to a break room. Okay, you guys also go to a break room. So I can divide my team into groups for further discussion. I can also just pick a name to, you know, so that I can let this person explain his or her ideas. Now, when, okay, I'll just skip this one. Why ClassPoint? Because it transforms your presentation. This is PowerPoint, and we add extra functionalities into PowerPoint. So this also very simple to learn and use. Minimal learning curve. You just have to learn. You just have to know how to use PowerPoint, which everybody knows and use, and then spend about 5 to 10 minutes to know about these features. Also, they're pretty easy to understand, right? They're also compatible with any online teaching platform, Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, or any others. I just have to share my screen, and whatever I present in PowerPoint are all here. So we are pretty young startup. We are 5 years old this year. These are our technology adopters, as you can see, from institutions to government to companies. And then the special offer is also very easy. It will be free until 1st of July. So you can just go to classpoint.io to get your copy of ClassPoint, and then just install it. It will appear in your PowerPoint. And finally, I just want to show one last feature. Let's say I finish my presentation and I want to send this deck to all of you, but obviously I don't know your email address. I can just go and scan QR code. Everyone who can see this QR code can use your mobile device to scan. And as soon as you scan this QR code, you will get a copy of my deck in PDF format. So it's not a PPT format, it's a PDF. So it's a quick way for me to share with. It's good for webinar as well, because there's no way for me to know who are the participants. But if I want to share, they would just be able to share this within this time limit. So I think that's all for my demo. Back to you, Songjie.
All right, thank you, John.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the next presenter, just like to remind all the participants about the Q&A. So for Q&A, you can use the button at the bottom of the Zoom interface and key in your questions there. Remember to direct your questions to the particular company or the solution that you want to find out about. All right, so next for a change, we have a duo to present in the next slot. Mervin and Carl from Deltech, and they will tell us about their solution workbook. Mervin?
Hi, Songjie, thanks for the introductions. And I think thanks John for sharing that it's a nice solutions. So I'll share my screen now. So let me know if you all can see the screen. Songjie, can you see the screen?
Yep.
Okay, with that, I will start. Thank you everyone for watching the presentations. I know it's been a long day. I will be introducing workbook as tools to help companies with their work from home policies, and and also helping the boss to understand and manage management, to understand what are the tasks that the employees are doing, as well as helping the employees manage their tasks and schedules to improve productivities. So workbook is brought to you by Deltech as the main product owners, and together we are working with our generic technologies as the distributors and ops as the resellers. So the outbreak of the COVID-19 and the lockdown in April has forced many companies to implement work from home. And here are some of the cases on the not able to work from home and the new norm. So this presented a new norm to allow companies to work from home, given the benefits of the no traveling time, saving on the office rental. So I guess I would just like to urge the SME just not look at this for this period of time. Maybe this might be changing the way your companies work on. So I would like to share a bit of a personal experience on working from home. As an SME boss, I'm also struggling with the idea of letting employees working from home, as I myself have no control to monitor and their workload and what they are doing. As compared to doing it in an office. I think in office, you can just walk over, you know they are in the office, they're working. For the initial stage of the work from home, what we do was we're tracking the staff workload by using an Excel file and email, meaning to say that we will ask them to say, okay, before you start your work from home, the day before, please send a list in Excel what are you going to achieve in for tomorrow. And likewise, after the end of the day, you're supposed to fill up the same Excel of what you have accomplished and what you have not accomplished, and maybe the reasons. Of course, it'll be good if the employees can put a bit of the time, how long they spent, so it gives a good view of what they're doing. So, but I think this is also challenging, because one of the challenges is I myself or the management needs to open up all the Excel file and review one by one. And sometimes I also don't know, are they working within the required hours, what time they are working. So I guess it's maybe for me more of a control freak. And speaking from someone who also working from home, for the employees, I know it's not easy. It takes a lot of planning, disciplines to set their daily tasks and fight the distractions in the house. For me, I have 3 boys who was always fighting when I'm doing conference calls, so I lock them out now today. So that's where we start getting the teams to start adopting to use Deltek Workbook to allow employees to keep track of their time, their tasks, and projects. And this product has been proven to be working very well with a lot of big names like Ogilvy, Media Ones, and these are the same tools they will use, their employees will fill up, and the companies, Ogilvy or Media One, will use these tools and use it to build their customers. So it is quite a very strong, robust technologies. So here are a few of the screenshots that we think that what Workbook is going to assist you. So for a team lead or supervisors, they will have a visibilities of their team schedule when they come online, when they start working from home. And they are able to drill down to individual tasks and time. They can identify the staff members who are stuck with any task. And of course, there's functionalities to help them manage it. Likewise, there is a Gantt chart that they can slot what are the things they planned, what is in progress, and what is few pending actions from who or maybe from me that I need to improve. And for the management or the CEO, they will have a visibilities of the company's capacity resource by department, by team views, and he also view on all the leaves of each interviews. For me, I have many people under me, so I can't possibly drill down to everyone. So with this, I can have a clear visibility of who I can then, someone is not performing up. What is the issues? Then I can open up and drill down deeper instead, and then probably work with the managers and ask, I think we need some assistance to so that he might be stuck in some of our work, or he might have some issues there. That's where we can start tracking in it. Last but not least, of course, the team is able to view the completed timesheet and their work schedules. And this information, as I mentioned, would be used as a breakdown of the rate card that could also be billable to your client if you need to bill your clients on the task that needs to be done. So in short, Workbook is able to help the management track their employees' productivities and when they are working from home. And they were able to schedule their, for employees, they're able to arrange their schedules so they accomplish their planned tasks each day and easily report back to their management on their daily tasks, because now they don't need to write a daily report what I've done. They can just share that activities timesheets with them and say, this is what I've achieved. And that's very straightforward. So to start using Workbook actually is very easy. You basically just need to sign up and start using. And I think because Workbook is very intuitive and easy and intuitive to use, the employees can quickly set it up and start putting their schedules, and you can start using it. And of course, if you need, we can set up online training and guide the teams to use it. And I've come to my last slides. So thank you everyone for your attention.
All right, thank you, Mervin. Right now, before we go on to the rest of the solutions, we would like to have a short Q&A segment here. So over to you, Sharon.
So far we have two questions. I think one of them has been answered by Anthony already. I really like John's solution, really cool. I've also downloaded the QR just now while watching. Yeah, I think I will start contacting John soon. Okay, so there's a question directed at Anthony for V3. Is the solution DPTM certified, as you mentioned before that tracking is done?
Yes, we are the certified DPTM company, but we need to highlight that the solution is for individual company own managed staff. So it is not for you to manage external parties. And it is compulsory for the employer to get authorization from the staff to be tracked. So this solution is not for the public facing, it's used internally for the company itself and the subscriber of the solutions. So it is by the company, not by individual. Besides, there is no sensitive personal information needed to be shared among the public or the operator of the systems.
Okay.
I hope that answered the question.
So I'm just curious for John, this one is personally I'm interested. When you mentioned it's free till July, what is the usual charges like apart from?
Yeah, so usual charge is we charge $9 per user per month. So only the presenter needs to pay, and participants can join for free. So that is the standard pricing. But even if you don't subscribe, we still have a free version. So free version will have limited features, but it can still allow you to do annotation and use lasers and whiteboard and some of the stuff. So after July 1st, if you don't subscribe, you can still use the free version.
Yeah, I can imagine that like today, I don't have a meeting room where I can draw, so I kind of struggle. So this whiteboard is cool. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, maybe the questions for Mervyn, we can hold it first because maybe some of the audience are still thinking about this presentation. Maybe back to you, Song Jie.
All right, let's carry on hearing about the other solutions first before we carry on with the Q&A again. So next we'll have James from ArcLab to present his solution. James?
Thanks, Song Jie. Hi, everyone. My name is James from ArcLab. Before I start, I'm just going to paste a quick link into the chat. I think this should go out to everyone, but if you are unable to access it, I'll also be sharing a QR, so don't worry about that. So I'm going to share my screen right now. And can everybody see it? Okay, I presume we're okay. I'm James from ArcLab. We are a mobile learning SaaS platform, and just up front, our offer today is to help digitize your training materials and SOPs at no charge, and we're also making available our platform free for your use. So if you're unable to access that link that I pasted in the chart, please go ahead to scan this QR code right now. This is basically our presentation, which is delivered in an ArcLab module right to your mobile phone browser. Okay, so let me start. So I'm a business owner myself, and really I feel a lot of the pain that you do. Our budget 2020 is helping businesses to really mitigate short-term cost pressures and to keep firms on. However, as a firm, we still need to move forward. And what's the best way that we can do that in a lockdown, circuit breaker, work from home environment? I wanted to share this quote that I found, which is really that when fishermen cannot go to sea, they repair their nets, right? Because they are waiting for the time that they can go out and fish again. And I think for many of us businesses, this is really what we are doing now and looking at how we can repair our nets. So what are the problems right up front? Number one, your teams are working remotely and you can't access your SOPs, your training manuals. They're less productive and they cannot build their capability. And for managers, like what our previous presenter has also shared, you don't have visibility of your teams. You can't train them. And if you have the chance that you employ a new staff, how do you onboard them effectively? So the solution that we are posing is really to go digital. I mean, IMDA has been talking about for donkey ages, and now I think everybody understands that we really need to go digital And I wanted to add another one, which is to go mobile. The reason for going mobile is we are everybody has a mobile phone, and regardless of who you employ and work with, everybody has a phone that you can then send onboarding packs, SOP materials, training manuals, very, very simply. So contributing to SGTech's initiative, I mentioned just now, and I'll say it again, we will digitize your existing training manuals and SOPs at no charge. We typically charge for this, but this is a tough time for everyone, and we really want to play our part. ArcLab Basic is also free for all organizations, and we'll keep that free for the time, forever actually. So ArcLab is a mobile learning SaaS platform. What you need to do, very simply, if you can use PowerPoint, as just one of our presenters has said before, ArcLab is an authoring tool. You author and you distribute the bite-sized modules to your staff directly. No app needed, and no need to install the software. There's no app for your staff to download. It is working directly through the web browser of the staff's phone. So essentially, you author your learning modules. It takes 15 minutes or less. You put in questions, you put in training material, and then you send it to staff devices just in time on their phones, and they access it directly by either a unique link that is sent to their email addresses or phone number. And after that, you get analytics at the back end, which you can see and track for compliance and learning. It fits seamlessly with your existing HRMS or LMS, so you don't have to do separate stuff. There's SSO that we can do, and there's a copy of the data that we can then transfer to your system. Your staff do not see anything different. They access the same front end that they have always accessed. So it's really, really simple for them and friction-free. Okay, so we serve organizations of different sizes and industries, and we are offering to help you to digitize all training materials and SOPs at no charge, and giving ArcLab Basic free for your use. Thank you very much. Over back to you, Songjie.
All right, thank you, James. Next, we'll have Bei from InspireTech to share about his solution, EasyShare. James? Sorry, Bei?
Hi everyone, my name is Bei. I'm from InspireTech. So just let me share my screen. Are you guys able to see my screen? Yeah, I presume. So my name is Bei from InspireTech. So today I'd like to share how SMEs can quickly help your team access your company's document and continue collaborating quickly with EasyShare. All right. So maybe let me just walk through 3 problems that companies will face when staff goes into remote work. And in this frenzy to move people around, all right, staff may actually end up storing files in any of their personal drives, and in the event where the staff hard disk has unfortunately crashed, all the files will be lost. So with EasyShare's real-time synchronization of files, each time a document edit is completed, sorry, can you guys hear me? All right, so each time this document edit is completed, it gets synced and backed up without disturbing the user. And if there is a need to restore, simply install EasyShare on the new notebook, and the files can be synced and downloaded again. All right. So moving on to the second problem that we might face or encounter, people are busy sending files through email, which actually leads to unnecessary upload or downloads. You will be dealing with confusing versions and file renaming. So with EasyShare, we can actually collaborate with version history. All right, we actually minimize training and behavioral change with double click to edit. And also we avoid accidental overriding of your files by your coworker with our auto log while edit feature. All right, we can also restore previous version with auto check in and check out and versioning without relying on your IT. All right, moving on to our final problem, I believe some of you might face, having no access to files or actually require your IT to issue permissions to different types of folders. All right, so today with EasyShare, you can actually assign team leaders for each folders, and they will be able to assign different roles and permissions to their different co-workers. All right, so moving on, maybe let me just show you a quick demo of how EasyShare actually looks like. Okay, so over here, what I have is actually the EasyShare Desktop Explorer. All right, so you can see it actually mimics how your normal file explorer actually looks like. So over here, the folders and the files that are actually marked with a tick icon, it shows that the files are actually synced. So these are the files that you will actually sync and actually back up to your local drives, which you can actually have access to when you're offline. All right, and moving on, maybe just let me show you how I can actually double click just to do a simple edit. And as you can see here, the file has been checked out by me, which means my coworkers will not be able to do any overriding or editing of my file. All right, so once I'm done with the file, I'll just do a simple save, close, and the files will be automatically uploaded back into EasyShare. All right, and if let's say I'm unhappy with the version, I can actually go to version history and actually just take a look at all the different versions that has been changed and download them back to the current version, or I can actually restore that as the newest version. All right, and finally, if let's say for managing of folders, if I would like to do some collaboration, I would like to share some folders with my coworkers, this is where I can actually add my colleagues, all right, and actually they can actually have access to the folder itself. And there will be a folder expiry which will auto delete the folders once the date is reached. All right, so maybe with that, let me just carry on with my my presentation. So for EasyShare, I would like to wrap up by showing you how EasyShare can safeguard your files in 3 different aspects. So under control, we allow setting and permission or policy at company, group, or even user level. And whereas for visibility, you are able to get comprehensive audit logs and reports from the EasyShare Central Admin Portal. All right, and finally, under security, you can safeguard your files with OTP 2FA and also protect your file with view-only mode with watermark on the document. All right, so before I end, here's a quick snapshot of who we are. InspireTech, we are actually a local company that's founded in 2000, and we've been around for 20 years. So besides helping companies on secure data access, we also help companies in communication on SMS or WhatsApp messaging platforms with our products, with our other products and services. And finally, on behalf of InspireTech, I would like to share with you our commitment to the community. You'll be able to enjoy free usage of EasyShare for the first 90 days, and you can feel free to reach out by scanning the QR code here for my contact details. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can just feel free to just type it in under the Q&A. Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Bei, for the presentation. Next up, finally, we have Henry from Overdrive to share about his solution on the go. Henry?
Hey, thank you, Songjie. Give me a second. Let me just get out my file. Okay, can you guys see the screen? I assume can. Okay, let me just begin. Thank you very much. My name is Henry from Overdrive. So the objective of this is, of this whole thing is we are looking at managing resources today based on the stringent requirements by the government, minimizing context and certain activities are not allowed. But all the more is that business should continue during this period, and sales still must go on, deliveries still must be fulfilled, orders still must be taken care of. So the traditional method of monitoring our outside activities are installing GPS tracking devices on the vehicle itself. But because of today, certain activities are not allowed and everything. So what are our solution? So hence Overdrive is offering our service of contactless way of tracking. So some of the questions, where are your drivers now? Or where are your manpowers now? Are they in the office or at home? Or are they at some restricted area that they are not supposed to be at? So introducing Overwheels on the go. So the good part about on the go is that there's no hardware installation required, hence minimizing context. No downtime of vehicle required. Traditional GPS tracking device, if you need to install, that will require about 30 minutes of the time. And best of all is that no training is required because especially during this period of COVID-19, we want to minimize as much contact as possible. So what does the driver need to do? They will just need to download the Overwheels app, key in the unique identification number provided by Overdrive, and we are connected. All the positions of the driver or the manpower will automatically be reported to the backend. The managers will have access to manage the fleet or manpower on the app itself. So now who is Overdrive? Overdrive is an IoT company that uses technologies, artificial intelligence to connect physical assets to enable expanded and control over people and businesses. So we have applied this concept successfully from assets, land distribution, ridership management, and we have a proven track record of achieving business objectives efficiently through our system. So we have more than 35,000 devices connected to our platform with more than 70 clients across Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia. So these are some of our clients, from Ministry of Manpower to various institutions, hotels. So what are we offering during this COVID-19? Overdrive will also would like to offer our part. We are offering this service for 6 months free. And for more information, please do contact us on our Facebook and visit our website. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Henry. Right now, we'd like to go on to the second round of the Q&A. So to all the participants, if you have any questions about the solutions presented, feel free to use the Q&A function on the Zoom to write in your answers. I'll hand this time over to Sharon.
Okay, let me just turn on my video. Okay, let me see. Okay, first question. This is from Max to ArcLab. What's the difference between your solution and LMS, James?
Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Max, for your question. ArcLab is not an LMS. We are an authoring tool for learning, but we work with existing LMSs. So if you already have an LMS that you work with, basically ArcLab can integrate with yours. Data is sent over to your LMS, as well as the modules that are authored are also embeddable within existing LMSs in the market.
Okay, thanks, James. Next questions, 2 questions actually, from Max to EasyShare. Is EasyShare a SaaS solution, and where is it hosted?
So for EasyShare, yes, it is a SaaS solution. What we are providing today is actually a SaaS solution for remote work collaboration. It is hosted in Singapore, and we're actually leveraging on Microsoft Azure. Yep.
Okay. The second question is, do you have an on-premise version of the solution?
Right. So for on-premise, yes, we do have an on-premise solution as well for EasyShare. We can actually deploy it in your own environment as well. But of course, hopefully after the circuit breaker period, this is where we can actually start.
Okay.
Right. So today, for EasyShare SaaS solution, in terms of turnaround, it will just take us probably around 2 or 3 days to actually set up the whole environment.
Okay. Next, this is an interesting one. There's a question to both Overdrive and V3. So what's the difference between these 2 solutions? Are they similar in terms of tracking? Maybe I'll just let, let me see, Henry answer first, then followed by Anthony.
Okay, thank you, Sharon. I wouldn't be able to comment about what's the difference between, for V3 side especially, but for Overdrive side is that this solution on the go, which we implemented, is actually a very fast touch and go solution whereby you can pick up this solution, just download the app, and straight away you can view it. Where's your location of your manpower or your vehicles and stuff. So there's no training required, and there's no physical installation. So I would say is that this will be a very quick to adopt solution. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you, Sharon.
Yeah, how about Anthony?
Okay, so for V3 solution, right, it is a complete work task scheduling and management solution. We are using tracking as a medium for verification of personal positioning. So what we have is vertical as well as horizontal tracking. So I think this is the main difference between the two systems that we are talking about.
Okay. So last one I have. So last one I have for InspireTech. How does OTP2FA work?
Okay, so for OTP2FA, for EasyShare, you can actually do sharing, or you can also do a file request. And if, let's say, you were to share a file out or would like to get a file request in from an external party, you can actually input a phone number. All right, so this phone number will actually, we use it as a second factor authentication. So for just to ensure that the files coming in and going out are actually to the right recipients. So after setting the share or the file request, he or she will actually receive a 2FA that will be sent to their mobile, and somewhat like iBanking, you know, you have to actually key in the digits before you can actually have access to the files. Yep.
Okay, so at this moment there are no new questions, but in case you do really have questions, please, I think with the team here, we will continue to be online for the next 10 minutes. Please continue to send in your questions. Meanwhile, if any of you did not catch the contact details of our presenters just now, don't worry, just ping us, and in fact, when I'm putting this back to Song Jie, he will be during the closing of this webinar and redirecting you to our survey, so that if you do have any questions, you want the contact details of any of our presenters here, feel free to just write it in inside the survey itself. But we will still keep the Q&A on.
All right, thank you, Sharon. Okay, so to all the participants, now that we've seen all the 6 solutions presented today to address the different types of need you may have, we hope that this will give you a glimpse of how life can be a little bit simpler when you adopt some of these tools. And also, not to forget, we need your feedback. It's important to guide us in creating these initiatives, the webinars, all the resources that are relevant and that can help you. You'll see the QR code on this screen, and you may scan it to, alternatively, you can also use the link. You have to key the link into your browser. And yeah, when you leave meeting, also there'll be a pop-up with this link that will redirect you to the survey form. This survey is for both part 1 and part 2 of this webinar, and whichever you have attended, hopefully both, you can key in your feedback for that portion. All right, thank you for participating in today's webinar. Please join us again for the next one on 24th April. We'll be featuring the work from home reload and also more interesting solutions for our Solutions Toolbox series. Remember to check out the SGTech website and also isolation.sg for more details and updates. All right, everyone, that's all for today. Remember to hang around, and if you have any questions, you can still use the Q&A function on Zoom, and the vendors will reply you through that. Okay, that's all for today. Take care and stay safe.